and Charlie is going to be with you every single day in spirit.
I kept saying, why does it feel like they're using the ghost of Charlie to sort of guilt people into doing things?
Hello, my name is Caroline. Welcome to my channel. I am a psychiatry resident, and on my channel I share about spiritual abuse, trauma, faith, and the human mind. So today I wanted to talk about Erika Kirk. It's been very controversial, and I want to try to keep out of the controversy. It doesn't interest me too much, the whole USA situation. So I'm more interested in studying the whole phenomena around it, around Erika Kirk, her way of reacting and so on. Also, as a disclaimer, this doesn't hold any diagnostic value. It's my personal opinion. So first of all, what I think is interesting is this continual push to frame her as a very spiritual person.
I really do see you as connected more so than the rest of us to God.
Mm-hmm. It's because she has the Holy Spirit.
What I think is particularly interesting is how she uses her spirituality corporately. And it is kind of tricky saying that the spirit of Charlie wants this or that.
We're going to work hard because that's what he would want.
What I kind of makes me a little bit uncomfortable is the way that she's using the spirit of Charlie. It almost seems like there is an agenda, which I think is a little bit suspicious.
Again, grief is hard. Otherwise, honestly, Turning Point USA and Turning Point Action, full steam ahead, you guys. Charlie would want us to get back to work, and that's what we're doing, and that's what we did with the memorial, and I'm so honored and proud of each and every one of you, because that's what we're going to do in his honor and in his name. We have so much to do, which is exciting. Charlie in heaven is like, you guys thought you had a busy schedule then, just you wait, and he's doing some awesome things with Jesus in heaven right now, but there's so much work to be done.
Or that we have to do this or that. That's what Charlie would have wanted. It's very difficult to argue with that and to have an open discussion about it, because how do you know, like, who is in contact with Charlie's spirits?
The team is keeping this alive because we have Charlie in each and every one of us. Yes. And I know Charlie is going to continue to guide us, and the Lord will continue to guide us.
He's going to find ways to speak to us. And he's going to speak to you in different ways. Every person's going to be different, but you'll get little moments where you're like, okay, Charlie, I see you. It might be here on campus. It might be in quiet moments of the night, but he's here and he's more alive than ever. And he is, he's going to guide us. And we just have to remain humble.
Obviously, from the Bible, we know that when someone dies, the body is dead, and there's no existence, there's no spirit floating around that you can contact.
And I said, if ever you want to talk to Daddy, you just look up to the sky and start talking to him. He can hear you. Daddy is telling all of his friends to send you gifts and letters, and you know, Daddy is orchestrating from heaven to make sure that you always feel so loved. And
but the person is sleeping until the second resurrection. So I do find that problematic to be using that in that way, because it kind of shuts down questions and discussions, which I think would be healthy to have inside of an organization. It's also interesting that she's putting a lot of emphasis on what is going to happen. It's like she already knows that something great is going to be unleashed because Charlie died, which is a little bit strange, because how do you know that?
And I truly believe that if the Lord, which this does not happen, but if the Lord gave him an option to return back to earth, and if the Lord said, this is what your death is going to be the catalyst for, do you want to go back and exchange it? He'd say no.
Unless you are, let's say, a prophet or something like that, you're not actually able to foretell what's going to happen, and especially not right after his death.
If you thought that my husband's mission was powerful before, you have no idea. You have no idea what you just have unleashed across this entire country and this world. You have no idea.
So it's kind of like framing a narrative, which I find kind of interesting. It's also, she keeps saying everyone grieves differently.
Be soft with them and one another. Everyone grieves differently. So if someone's acting weird, don't read into that.
Which is correct. You know, people do grieve in different ways. But also when she says things like that, if people are creating any kind of division, that then they're of the enemy and we should just rebuke that.
Just love on each other. And if there's anything or anyone who tries to divide your team or you, or that's just the enemy, and just rebuke it and know that there's a bigger mission at hand.
Well, I think a more healthy way to deal with conflicts inside of an organization is to talk about the conflicts, ask questions, clarify things, and so on, and not necessarily quickly jump to the conclusion that this is the enemy, I guess, in other words, referring to Satan or the devil, since this is a Christian organization, but that one should rebuke it. I don't know exactly what one would gain from that, apart from kind of creating fear among the workers to speak out, because maybe you'll be seen as of the enemy instead of, Christian or of God. So it seems a little bit like a manipulative tactic. Something else that's also interesting is that when people ask questions or say something, that they're being called out as being of the devil, or
you demonic scum,
that they should burn in hell.
You deserve to feel the little licks of the flames of hell on every inch of your body. If there's an afterlife, and I believe there is, I believe in the second creation. I don't pretend to be the judge and jury, but I know you're not in it.
And also people are very quick to claim spiritual warfare.
And they do this with no evidence, just slander, just accusations, just lies. It's awful, Ainsley, but it's interesting that Jesus and the apostles call Satan a murderer, a slanderer, and a accuser and a liar. What have we had since the murder? We've had nothing but slander, accusation, and lies. This is spiritual warfare.
Like if you say anything against Erika Kirk, then it's spiritual warfare, which is also an interesting way to frame things. So these were just my thoughts regarding these things, and I would love to hear what you guys think.